ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ A very warm welcome to all the Sangat members in today's talk. This evening, our topic for today evening is Gurbani and marriage. We always need some companionship in our life. We feel lonely sometimes. We feel alone. So we always want some company with us. We always want some people or someone or something around us. The moment we born, we get two kinds of relationships instantly. The moment we born, instantly we fall into two kinds of relationships. These relationships are called dadke या कह सकते हैं नानके. Nanke and dadke, which means mother's side and parents side, father's side. So these two relations are born instantly. Mata ate pita, father and mother, and then all the relationships, all other relations are attached or related to it. Some relations from the father's side, some relations from the mother's side. So the moment we born, we have two relationships. Later in our life, one another relationship born from us actually. We introduce a third relationship. Firstly, we have Nanke and Dadke, mother's side, father's side. Then third arises, third relationship, which comes later in our life, that is called Sore. Jeda judda hai vyah to. So today we are going to discuss about this third relation, this relation which is actually a union of a man and a woman, but not only of two people, also families get involved and they get relationships, which is basically regulated by laws, rules, and customs. One we have mother, then another we have mother-in-law. Not by blood, but by law, she's my mother. By law, he's my dad, my father, father-in-law. By law, she is my daughter. By law, he is my son. So this is the third relation, which is not blood, but by law. And this also has some rules, some customs, some beliefs, and they do have some kinds of some responsibilities and duties for each other. But basically, this is a union between a man and a woman. एक मेल फीमेल ਦਾ यूनियन है ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਵੀ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਮਿਲਾਪ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੱਕ ਸੋਸ਼ਲੀ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਲਾਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਮਿਲਾਪ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੀਸਰਾ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਜੁੜਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾਨਕੇ ਦਾਦਕੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਹੁਰੇ ਵਾਲਾ so that is a relationship of marriage. The word that we use marriage, this word is not very old actually. This is just introduced in around 1250, around 1300. And this word basically taken from the languages French and Latin that we say today, marriage. When we say the first marriage, actually it's been long time when marriages were happening by the different way, different procedure. But when we talk about documentation, when we talk about the more details or any proofs, then if we research, Then we find out these are the oldest or the first wedding according to the documents, which happened 2350 before current era. Mesopotamia, there this marriage was happened, and also at the same time or in the similar kind of time, we see some marriages in Egypt, Greek, or Rome as well. So these are the pictures that we can see on the screen as well. So these are the basic pictures. So when we read more about it, so at that time also the dowry system was there. At that time as well, when a daughter got married, and that was a part of custom, that was a past part of a dowry, the boy side also have to give something to the girl side as well. तो ऐदा सी कि अगर कुड़ी वाले ने कुड़ी दिती है ते मुंडे वाले भी कुछ एज अ थैंक यू कह लिए ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਾਰਟ ਆਫ ਕਸਟਮ ਰਿਚੁਅਲ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕੁੜੀ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ तो कुड़ी वाले भी कुछ देंदे सन also they are giving their daughter the girl and in at the same time boy side were also giving something to the girl side as well and that is this was happened even at the first wedding. This is something in the literature in the documents, but when we come into the Vedic period in the Indian history, Indian holy books or about Vedas, then they have a different perception. According to Vedas, Sanatan Dharam is the oldest Dharam in Asia, in India. Then they believe the first wedding was happened, that was of Shiv and Parvati. That was the first wedding. And also, that was the first love marriage as well. According to literature, the first love marriage was happened in 12th century in France. But according to Vedic period, the first wedding was Shiv and Parvati, and also the first love marriage was also of the Shiv and Parvati. And then there were four kind of marriages were recognized at that time. First type was Brahma. Brahma wedding, which was arranged by parents, which was taken care by parents, which is still happening as of now as well. So, to whom we call arranged marriage. At that time, in the Vedic period, it was called Brahma wedding. Then another was Gandharva, which was love marriage. So love marriage is also not something new. Although we have heard like first marriage, according to Vedas, that was a love marriage. Then later arranged marriage was introduced. So those marriages were called Gandharva, and one another thing was happening for the very long time. That is Asura. When a ruler, king, or someone who was in the power, they used to kidnap ਜਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਲਓ ਵੀ ਇਸਤਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਬੇਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਚੁੱਕ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ kind of kidnapping, or it was just an abduction. They were just keeping and they were just took away their daughters. So at that time that was also very critical situation. ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਸੋਹਣੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਸਨ, so they used to keep them in their house or used to put some dust or something on their face so that they don't look beautiful, they look ugly. Beautiful girls were putting something on their face, something dirty things, so that they look ugly and they can remain safe for a long time. That was happening for the very, very long period of time. Then the last one was Prajapati, which was Praja was deciding by themselves, self-choice, to whom we say Swayamvar. This is also very old. self-choice. You can choose by your own. Even Ram's wedding, Shri Ramchandra, that was again Swambar. Sita was there, and there was a task was given to all the princes, all the kings. So whoever will draw, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਧਨੁਖ ਨੂੰ ਤੋੜੇਗਾ, they can get married. So Ram was the one who did that part and got married. So Prajapati's self-choice Swayamvar was happening for the very long time, but it did not survive much actually. Because of the self-choice, maximum time or percentage was decreasing about like unhappy life. Because in the energy or in the just we can say energy of youth, you are young and very energetic and you just see, okay, I can get married. ਸੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਾਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਸੋ ਦੈਨ ਫॉर the goodness from the caring point of view then arranged marriage went for very long time it is still part of a society so self choice ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਾਫੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਸਨ So ਜਿਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ arranged marriage, Brahma marriages were introduced and that was happening for the very long time and it is still part of our culture. Evidences of rituals. So whenever people were getting married at that time, three things were still there, even in the Vedic period, which are still part of our life, still part of our wedding ceremonies. But still it was there in the Vedic period as well. Fire, verbs and blessings. Which promises ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸਨ. At that time as well, fire was there. Agni ਦੇ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ. Blessings from the family members or from the monks or from the religious people ਜਾਂ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ. So these were the basic things. So marriage word and marriages are actually social and religious bonding. Everyone or in every religion, it is not religious. And sometimes in some religions, they are not encourages for the wedding as well. Like in Judaism, they take it as a couple is and God is involved. This is a different ceremony. In Christians as well, they take it as a religious ceremony. In Islam, the nikah is again a religious ceremony. In Hinduism, they say Vivah or Sat Fere lende ne, like again in the center there is a fire and priest read some mantras and also still some promises are given at that time. One word we use often which is shadi. In any wedding in Punjabi, in Hindi, we just say shadi. Actually, this is Persian's word and meaning of shadi is not actually marriage. We use this word very much. We use this word always for wedding or marriage. But actual meaning of shadi is not wedding. It's not marriage. It's all Persian word, which we can say now we have almost adopted and the meaning of shadi is actually marriage, vyah, Anandkaraj. But the basic meaning of shadi is happiness, khushi. Cheese the shadi. Even Bhai Nandlal ji has also used this word in his writings. Gam che bashad, cheese the shadi. Gam ki hai, khushi ki hai. Gam che bashad, cheese the shadi. What is shadi? What is happiness? What is gam? What is dukha? So these are the different names. Now shadi we have almost adopted in Punjabi, in Hindi as well. You do use this word, but basically it has taken from the old Persian language, which means happiness. So this moment is a very happy moment. खुशियां दा दिन है जी, बड़ियां खुशियां ने तो दे करके ये वर्ड जेड़ा है वो काफी पॉपुलर एंड adopted by the other languages as well. So in Sikhi, we use word is Anandkaraj, means a work, a thing which can bring endless joy in our life. Anand means happiness, and also this is a religious ceremony. Like in Buddhism, they don't promote marriages, they don't encourage as well, and even if their people are getting married, it is always very simple marriage. The one point, the one reason behind it, because they believe it is again one kind of attachment. So again, we need to be detached from this situation as well. So many those who are turns into a monk, they don't get married. तो इस तरीके दे नाल भी ये अज भी चल रहे पहला भी चल रहा है. In many religions, or they have some sects, almost in every religion, those who don't get married, and they take it as an attachment. तो ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਅਟੈਚਮੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਫਿਰ ਪਾਰ ਆਣਾ ਬੜਾ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. So but in Gurbani, in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, if we say, so actually Guru Sahib has praised a lot about wedding, about marriage. Sikh wedding ceremony, which is called Anandkaraj, if we read Gurbani, in Bhai Gurdas Ji, he mentioned about it, he praised, and even in Guru Sahiban's life, if we see, no one accepted celibacy. All gurus got married, those who were in that age. No one were against the marriage. Guru Sahibana de Anandkaraj ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਬੱਚੇ ਵੀ ਨੇ. So which was happening. So Guru Sahib Ji not only praised, Guru Sahib Ji not only appreciated, also accepted that part as well. It is not only okay praising, ठीक है जी चंगा है जी बहुत बढ़िया है जी करना चाहिए है, पर गुरु साहिबाना ने आप भी आनंद कारज किया है, आप भी किया है. गुरु नानक साहब जी, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਦੋ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ. ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇਖੀਏ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੀ 4 ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ. ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ 6 ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ, 5 ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੇ 1 ਕੁੜੀ ਹੈ, 5 boys 1 girl. Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. So Guru Sahiban got married, not only praised this, also appreciated and accepted this. Bhai Gurdas Ji says, ज्ञानन में ज्ञान और ध्यानन में ध्यान गुर, सकल धर्म में ग्रस्त प्रधान. This is a complete kabit, like ਪਹਾੜਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੁਮੇਰ ਮਹਾਨ ਹੈ, ਧਾਤੂਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੋਨਾ ਮਹਾਨ ਹੈ. ਇਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗਿਆਨ ਅਤੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗ੍ਰਸਤੀ ਬੰਦਾ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਹੈ. The reason behind, one of the logic behind is, one person can say I don't want to eat. ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਰੋਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਾਣੀ, but it doesn't mean ਕਿ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗੇਗੀ. One can say ਕਿ I will not drink, but it doesn't mean he will not feel thirsty. तो ਭੁੱਖ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪਿਆਸ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਹੈ, ਬੰਦਾ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਹੈ. तो ਗ੍ਰਸਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿੰਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਇਆਂ, while following, while taking care of all the responsibilities, reciting and remembering God is actually important. So Sikh wedding ceremony, which is called Anandkaraj, it is always happened between male and female. That is also a concept is going on nowadays in the world about the genders who can marry whom, but in the presence of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, in the Gurdwara setting, the wedding, the marriages are allowed only between male and female. Even in the nature we see, animals we see, it's always about male and female, even in the nature. So in Sikhi, according to Sikh Rahat Maryada, according to Code of Conduct, wedding is possible in male and female, and this ceremony is called Anandkaraj. One another reason why Gurbani appreciates about the crest. Our aim of life, if we say what is the aim of our life, then instantly we remember Gurbani Panktis that almost everyone have remembered. Pai Parapat Manuk Dehuria Gobind Milan ki eh teri bariya. So what is our aim of the life is to meet Vahid, to meet God. Now, how can we do it? How can we meet Vahid? How can we meet God? So these guidance we get from Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Gurdwara hoye soji pais. We comes to Gurdwara. We read Gurbani. Gurbani is our source. Shabad Guru Surat Tun Chela. So Shabad is our Guru. So aim of life is Vaheguru. Who will help us to reach to our aim? We need understanding of Gurbani. So understanding of Gurbani will come in the Sadh Sangat. That is why a lot of praise about Sadh Sangat. We appreciate, we listen, we hear a lot about Sadh Sangat di Mahima, Sangat di Mahima. So Gurbani ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਸੰਗਤ. We need Sadh Sangat. Now the next question is, we all can think, what is the minimum count of people to whom we can call Sangat? ਕਿੰਨੇ ਜਿਨੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਲਈਏ ਵੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ? ਸੋ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਬੜੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ। ਬਿਨ ਭਾਗਾ ਸਤ ਸੰਗ ਨਾ ਲੱਭੈ, ਬਿਨ ਸੰਗਤ ਮੈਲ ਭਰੀਚੈ ਜੀ। तो साध संगत बहुत जरूरी है। So in the Sadh Sangat, Bhai Gurdas ji again answers this question as well. How many people are needed? एक सिख दो साध संग. एक Sikh, if I'm alone, I'm Sikh. If we are two, that is Sadh Sangat. Minimum two people are required, according to Bhai Gurdas ji. एक Sikh, दो साध संग. Bhai Gurdas. So दो जनिया दा हो गया साध संग. Even if we are far from the other members, not able to meet our community or can't go to Gurdwara, still we can do Sadh Sangat with our partner. So partner is the one who will help us, and we are also her or his partner. We also need to help her by keeping our main focus, main goal in our mind. So Guruji says, ਧਨ ਫਿਰ ਇਹ ਨਾ ਆਖੀਏ ਬਹਿਨ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ. Who is the blessed couple? Who is the beautiful couple according to Guruji? ਧਨ ਫਿਰ. Pir means jodi, couple. ਧਨ ਫਿਰ ਇਹ ਨਾ ਆਖੀਏ ਬਹਿਨ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ, एक जोत दोय मूर्ति, ਧਨ ਫਿਰ ਕਹੀਏ ਸੋਏ. ਧਨ ਫਿਰ also male and female. ਧਨ also we use this word for lady as well. So who are the blessed ones? एक जोत दोय मूर्ति. Those who becomes one by their thoughts, by their actions, those who are helping each other by accepting the fact is no one is perfect. Nowadays, a male is looking for a perfect female. A female is looking for perfect male. That is why a lot of things are happening, and we are just comparing one with another. This is how we are spending our life. So which is not possible. No one is perfect. So we all are imperfect. We all have some flaws in our life, and we all need to support each other as the partner, especially. So those who are looking for a perfect match, perfect तो रब ही है ना, फिर perfect तो परमात्मा आप ही है. And according to human, even God is not perfect. ਸਾਡੀ ਨਜ਼ਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਰੱਬ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਰਫੈਕਟ। ਰੱਬ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਮੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਹੀ ਕੀਤਾ, ਰੱਬ ਤੋਂ ਗਲਤ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਉਹ ਬੰਦੇ ਦਾ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਮੇਰਾ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਲਤ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਗਲਤ। We are able to find so many flaws in God even. According to humans, even God is not perfect. ਤਾਈਓ ਤੇ ਰੱਬ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਈ ਲੋਕੀ ਗਾਲਾਂ ਕੱਢਦੇ ਨੇ, ਲਾਂਤਾਂ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਬੁਰਾ ਭਲਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਕਿਉਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ? Which means ਕਿ ਰੱਬ ਵੀ perfect ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਨਾ। So, but we are looking a perfect match for us, which is impossible. Nobody is perfect. The fact we need to accept actually. ठीक है, कुछ बेसिक्स होवे, कुछ ਉਹਦੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਗੁਣਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਚੀਏ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। Will he or she able to help me on my path, on the spiritual path? Because this Sikh wedding ceremony, Anandkaraj, is not only based on physical, it is also believes in spiritual path. ਸਰੀਰਕ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਸਨੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ, ਸਾਡੇ ਪਾਰਟਨਰ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਆਨੰਦ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਣ ਲਈ। ਇਹ ਕਾਰਜ ਆਨੰਦ ਦਾ ਹੈ। On physical level, we can just get ਸੁੱਖ, ਜਿਹਦਾ opposite ਹੈ ਦੁੱਖ। ਆਨੰਦ is very beautiful word which don't have any opposite word. ਸੁੱਖ, ਦੁੱਖ, ਜਨਮ, ਮਰਨ, ਹੱਸਣਾ, ਰੋਣਾ, happy, sad, Anand don't have any opposite word, which means Anand is Anand. So this ceremony is called Anand. Anand paya meri maaye Satguru mein paya. So Anand Karaj means Satguru mein paya wali halat cha pahunchna. So again, so if we are looking for the perfect partner, which is not possible because even God is not perfect according to humans. So what we need to do, everyone has flaws that we need to accept and work on it. How can we improve on it? ਇਹ ਹੈ ਗ੍ਰਸਤਾ। ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦਾ ਸਹਾਰਾ ਬਣਨਾ ਹੈ। Not only about complaining. The most of the relationship breaks. The reason behind, we are so much busy in finding faults in each other rather than appreciating each other. Everyone has some gun, everyone has some avgun as well. Everyone. When a male, even if I'll say as a male, if I'll think about female, like kind of my dream girl, ਏਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ, then I need to look at myself as well. Do I really deserve her if I found that kind of girl? Same applies for a female as well. If she is looking for certain maybe 10, 20, 30 qualities. So if that kind of a person, if exists, so do I deserve him? Or then does he want me or not? So the thing is, rather than complaining, everyone have some flaws, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ 'ਚ ਕਮੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰੀਏ, ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰੀਏ, ਔਰ ਇਹ ਲਾਈਫ ਟਾਈਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਹਸਬੈਂਡ, ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਵਾਈਫ, ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਪਾਰਟਨਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੰਮ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ। So the game, so this is only in the Sikhi, it's male and female wedding, and Guruji has appreciated this wedding again. So in the grass, because back in the time there were many people, those who were against Grest, because they were saying female lady a nark hai, a nark dwari hai. So not the problem with the female, the problem is the mentality. Even once a person, when Guru Arjan Sahib Ji was writing, Shri Guru was compiling Guru Granth Sahib Ji, when Bhai Gurdas Ji was writing, then also this happened. A man came, a poet came and said about it. Lady ne o nark dwari. Then Guru Sahib also asked him, do you look at your mother, your sisters? Are they also nark dwari? Then he got angry. How can you say this to my mother? Then Guruji said, Teri maa hai, bakiyan de mama nark dwari ne. Problem in your thinking. So Guru Sahib Ji appreciated. Many people left their family members, their wife or kids, while thinking like they are the barrier of my life. But Guru said, no, they will help you to go ahead. And then if we go ahead, every wife wants to captivate a husband. Wife ਨੂੰ husband ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਣੇ control 'ਚ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ? That was the question even in here in Guru Granth Sahib Ji as well. ਕਵਣ ਸੁ ਅੱਖਰ, ਕਵਣ ਗੁਣ, ਕਵਣ ਸੁ ਮਣੀਆਂ ਮੰਤ. What kind of words or virtues or what kind of mantras can I use? This is Shabad Slok by Bhagat Farid Ji. Kavan suveso how kare jit vas ave kant. How can I captivate my husband? Lord, definitely here it is about Lord Vaheguru, but this applies in our social life as well. Everyone wants a happy life. Tan pir kahiye so ek jyot doy murti. So that we have discussed. ਵੀ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਇੱਕੋ ਸੋਚ ਦੇ ਮਾਲਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਣ, ਦੋਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਪਸ ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ. Love is essential. But how? Kavan su akkar, kavan gun, kavan su maniya mant. Now Farid is asking a question in Guru Granth Sahib. What kind of words? Give me some magic. How can I control? How can I captivate my husband? Is there any way? Is there any tips or tricks or ideas or suggestions? The beauty of this question is Bhagat Farid Ji, he himself asked this question and he answers as well. He shared 3 ideas. How can you captivate? 3 ways. So the answer in the same way. Kavan su akkar. What is that word? Kavan means keda. Which one? Nivan su akkar. What kind of words should I use? Humility is a word. Kavan gun. Kavan forgiveness. Maaf kar. Not just take one thing and just keep stretching and stretching and stretching. ਵੀ ਏਦਾਂ ਹੋ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਗਿਆ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਏਦਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕਹਿ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ? So rather than that, nivan su akkar, some humility. Ego becomes a problem in the marriages most of the times. ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਮੇਲ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਫੀਮੇਲ ਹੈ, ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਉਹ ਈਗੋ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੜੇ ਡਿਵੋਰਸ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਬੜੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ. ਤਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ 3 ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨੇ. Today we will discuss about 3 suggestions of our Bhagat Farid Ji. Next week we will continue with the 3 suggestions of Guru Amardas Ji. So today, Nivan su akkar, some humility, some humbleness, some be polite, be nice, be gentle. Don't put ego in your words, in your attitude. Kavan, forgiveness is also needed. It is not like just keep or just holding it. The more we hold, it's more difficult. Jehba Madiya Man, and use sweet words. Be polite. Because we can use good words as well in our high tone, high pitch. So, Shabdadi tone, not only the words, also the tone matters. That we need to think here, we need to discuss here. Sometimes we can insult someone with the polite words as well. Like if I say, okay, you are sitting here, please get out of this room. I said very politely, but it is not I'm respecting somebody, right? If I say, please, my humble request is please get out from here. It is, maybe the tone is nice, but word selection is not right. Sometimes word selection could be good, but not the tone. Tone also matters the most. So this actually applies in every married life. For male, for female, for everyone actually. These are the 3 ideas. We all are just looking for some consultancies, going here and there, looking for some advices, how to have a good married life, how to have a happy married life. Gurbani teaches us. Nivan su akkar. Choose your words wisely. Also keep in the mind forgiveness. If we are just holding or we are just reliving the moment again and again, we are hurting ourselves again and again. When in our family, daughter and mother fights, maybe in the evening they fights, in the night again they are together. In the morning they fights, in the afternoon again they are together. But once we are married, then we just keep that line, that sentence, that word in our mind, maybe as a mother, maybe as a daughter-in-law, or maybe as a mother-in-law, maybe as a father-in-law. Then we just keep hurting ourselves again and again. That becomes a problem. So forgiveness is a key here, very important key. Jehba, jehba means jeep, tongue. Madiya, month, magic is there in your tongue. Like in the first question we asked, Kavan su madiya month? Is there any magic mantra, magic mantra, magic in the speech? Yes, your sweetness is a magic. So these are the three qualities: selection of the words, forgiveness, and your tone can save your relationship. A trapani veskar, tavas avikant. So you're saying by these three ways, you can captivate your husband. You can control. He will respect you. He will be in with you. A trapani veskar. So ਇਹ ਤਿੰਨ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਵੇਸ, these three kind of ropes, these three things, ਤਾਂ ਵਸ ਆਵੀ ਕੰਤ, ਕੰਤ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਪਤੀ, ਇਹ ਵਸ ਚ ਆ ਜਾ। ਹੁਣ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਪਤੀ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ words ਔਰ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਿਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਵੀ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਤੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਹਿ ਲਓ ਬਈ ਇਹ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, even in our normal life or even if we look at from the religious point of view, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇਗਾ। ਮਿੱਠਤ ਨੀਵੀ ਨਾਨਕਾ ਗੁਣ ਚੰਗਿਆਈਆਂ ਤੱਕ, ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ says, ਮਿੱਠਤ ਨੀਵੀ ਨਾਨਕਾ ਗੁਣ ਚੰਗਿਆਈਆਂ ਤੱਕ, ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੰਗਿਆਈਆਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ ਜੇ ਤੇਰੀ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ 'ਚ ਮਿਠਾਸ ਹੈ। This is not an easy task, yes. But if we can practice these three things, humility in the words, forgiveness, and sweetness in our speech, these are the three magic words, magical things which will help us to captivate a husband or husband. Lord. So these are the three tips. These are the three suggestions were given by Bhagat Farid ji. So today we will just stop it here. Next week we will continue why Guru Sahib ji gave three advices, or which were those three advices which were given to Bebe Nanaki ji, Vaheguru, which were given to Bebe Pani ji. Third Guru, Guru Amar Das ji gave three suggestions to his daughter. How can you be a good wife and how can you have a beautiful married life ahead? That we will discuss next week, and also we'll discuss once we get married, the things that automatically we learn, the virtues that cannot arise in our heart without getting married, according to Gurbani. What three qualities which arises in our mind, in our heart about Uddam, about Gurbani and about Seva, and also what are the three qualities which were given by third Guru telling to his daughter, and also what are the challenges to be faced and how can we come out of those things, and what is the meaning of Char Lama. These are the four stages, and how can we judge ourselves on which love we are. Maybe maximum of us are already married, like from the Sangha members, definitely. So maybe many of you are already married, maybe their children are also married. That is a social life. But on the spiritual path, some are even not on first love, some are on second love, some are on the third love, and some of our maybe not even on the first love. So that we will discuss next week in the light of Gurbani. According to Gurbani, which love are we and how can we go to the next level? So these points we will discuss next week. But today I would like to hear from all of you, because maximum of you are definitely married. So kindly share your ideas. What kind of challenges or problems do you face, or how do you captivate your husband, your wife, or how this love plays an essential role in our life. So now looking forward to hear from all of you. Giving the option, you can unmute yourself and kindly share your suggestion, your views with all of us, so that we all can get some more benefit and put some more contribution in today's talk. Thank you very much once again for joining, for giving your precious time. Guru Sahib Saran Chardi Kala Bakshan. Looking forward to hear from all of you. Thank you very much. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Hanji, any single member ji would like to share something, ji? I think today you all can contribute. Looking forward. Hanji. Hanji Kuldeep ji.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह जी Where shall I start? I found this talk very interesting, starting from the historical aspects and then coming to our Sikh stand on marriages and what is a perfect marriage? Is there such a thing as perfect marriage? Is there such a thing as perfect union? I think it's very, very mind-boggling. On the one hand, we seek this union with Vaheguru. That is the basic tenet of Sikhi, is a union with Vaheguru. And then the other side is the union between the opposite sex, the husband and wife. And how can we achieve these two unions? So basically, as you said, spiritual and physical. Really, the union with God is already so difficult. Then what about the physical, union? It is even more difficult when personal, there's so many things come in the way, like ego, self. Thing about nowadays is things about gender equality. And if you talk about gender equality, and if you refer to Gurbani and apply it here, Gurbani says, there's no gender inequality. It's respect for all genders. But when you don't practice that part of the Gurbani in your marriage, then gender inequality is bound to happen. And then I look at the, past and present. In the past, ladies always subordinated to the male and always looked up, and they were always the humble people to accept everything. So they were treating their husbands like gods. Today, that doesn't happen. Today, they say we are equal. So it is a very, very difficult union, very difficult. And I think it is a union where Sikhi becomes so important from the very roots. I think if all of us are imbued with this kind of values and inducted into this kind of values, with our relationship with gurus and the relationship with Vaheguru, if both the male and the female have these kind of basic values in them, then a union between husband and wife becomes like a spiritual union. It's an extension of the personal union personal spiritual union with Vaheguru, and then it is brought down to the level of personal and spiritual union with the husband, which is what we are all seeking, Ek Jagotadoi Murti. You know, so going really, really deeper into Gurbani, I think the values that we learn from very, very young will affect the union of Anandkaraj. And then you can get into that Ananda kind of state which has no opposite, as you said. So I think we really, really have a lot of treasures, a lot of Sikhya to learn from our Gurbani. And we start learning this from a very young age. It becomes part of us. It's like first nature then. And then maybe we can get into a near perfect marriage situation. So I think I'm really, really impressed that Gurbani has got such deep thinking about gender, about marriage, and about Anandkaraj. So those are my thoughts along the way today. It is, I think Gurbani really provokes a lot of thinking. And I was just thinking, looking at our own marriage, how can we make it even better? And how can we make it even more spiritual? So I think this spirituality will have to come from both parties. And this spirituality will have to be inculcated from young. So once we have these values and we have this knowledge and awareness from our scripture, and then it will give us that happy marriage which we all desire. So, yeah. I'm not trying to be a counselor or anything like that. These are my own personal thoughts and my personal views on this. Which means that we can look towards Gurbani as a help, understanding what is this marriage and how to niba a marriage. Thank you, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji. Thank you very much, Dr. Kuldeep Kaur Ji, for sharing your views and helping us to think more about how can we have happy married life, which is actually possible by the Guruji's guidance. So thank you very much for your contribution, Ji. Anji, any other Sangat member, Ji? Please don't be shy. So you all are married, you can share. I'm sure कि सारे ने husband wife दोनों नाल नहीं ने, तो जिन्ना दे नहीं ने at least वो तो बोल सकते नहीं. So please contribute, जी. हाँ जी, पाल जी.
मैं हंस रही थी क्योंकि तुसी क्या जिन्हें they married हैगे हो तुसी फिर बोलो च ना बोलो. But anyway, I'll share then maybe the aspect of what I think Gurbani is also talking about, the real marriage of ourselves, our soul, to the Paramatma, the greater soul. Because I think marriage, when we talk about importance, it's both spiritual, practical, and also the ethical issues of coming together. Two people living together, especially in this century, it's very difficult because everybody is so independent in their thinking from young itself. Ajikal, I mean, even just like you also said in your lecture earlier, and Dr. Kuldeep Kaurji already said, not trying to be a psychologist, but I think this is a very timely discussion that we are having because every individual today is brought up to be independent thinking. So we as guys have got, you are right, a lot of expectations which I cannot find in the perfect woman, and they may not be able to see any goodness in me because of which we both are unable to actually give each other a chance. So I think it all starts off with a wedding dance, the dancing of a tango of virtue. Since Anandkaraj the Galur, let's make it a little bit more romantic. With the wedding dance, I think it is all about mentioned, Dr. Saab, who said about the alignment of our ethics, number one, number two, of all our virtues and alignment of everything. Because we all got to remember one thing: Sabana Shahre Vanjana Sab Mukalavanahar. That true wedding that is going to come. It's not the wedding of a man and a woman alone. It is the wedding that one day we will all be given ourselves spend off. Har. We all have to go back to our husband, Lord. And if we can get to know that Vaheguru that husband, that true spouse of ours, then I think point number two about spirituality comes in. It is going to bring us not only closer to married person in this world if we are married, but it is actually going to bring that journey. Vya hoa mere babula. Hey Harpaya, the Shabad we started just before you started the recording, that one day when we go back to that Vaheguru, then we can sing with pleasure that I have come back as a Gurmukh and my marriage has been performed. Father, Agyan Andera Katya Gurgyan Parchand Balaya, that all my darkness, my ignorance is now gone. It has been dispelled because I learned from Gurmat, I learned from the teachings of Gurbani, and my Guruji has revealed this beautiful wisdom that has helped me to now reunite with the Lord. Because बहुत जन्म बिछड़े थे माधो, ए जन्म तुम्हारे लेके, why don't we dedicate this life becoming one perfect being so we can merge with that perfect being Vahguruji and never have to come back in that 8.4 million cycles of lives and deaths. And for that, if you ask me, then we need a seasoned coach, or like Auntie Ji said, we need therapists to help us in this marathon of life. And I think that comes from where you also mentioned the Sangat, Har Sat Sat Mere Babala, Har Janmil Janj Sohandi. That Janj is that Sat Sangat, the community that we have around us, that humble servants of the Lord. And if we join that Sat Sangat, then number four is we will build a real temple of love within ourselves. And that temple is going to be that place where we find God. And once we have that love within ourselves, then that marriage will become a collaborative of effort, not just of a man and a woman, but I think our soul and the supreme soul, because it says Tir Suhag Var Agam Agochar Janananak Prem Sadhari Jio. I think it's all about prem, it's all about love. And let's end fifth last point. Once we find that love and we marry that true Lord Vahguruji, then our marriage will be eternal. It will be just there forever, and our love and support will be there. Not only in the sake of or the case of a man and a woman in the world, but I think that marriage of the soul with the Paramatma, the Grand Master Soul, that we should aspire for. I thank you so much for giving me this time. Although I'm unmarried, I don't think I'm wise enough to share about the marriage of a man and a woman, because the challenges you all go through for those of you who are married. But I think we, soul, have a lot of challenges to merge with that Supreme Lord. And that is also the big aspect of marriage that Sikhism talks about. Pulchuk di Maafi, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji.
Thank you very much for sharing your insights. Maybe I overheard or maybe I missed. So I just came to know you are not married, Pal Singh ji. Is this you?
Hanji, I am one of those people who have, like you said, too many things that I look for in a woman, and I don't have too many good things that women look for.
Okay, now I'm feeling like I'm connecting one thing. Like you are also unmarried, I'm also unmarried. So unmarried people speaks more and married people speaks less. Is it also a thing that we can observe today?
Maybe it's because as a couple they already speak to each other so much, and you and I are single. ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲ ਗਿਆ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ.
Chalo, thank you, ji. Thank you very much for sharing your insights, Pal Singh ji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vaheguru Ji. Thank you.
Thank you, ji. Hanji, any other Sangam member ji would like to share something, ji? Their marriage experience or any suggestion? Mohan Singh ji, Ranjit Singh ji. Mohan Singh ji, would you like to share something? It's been a long time to hear from you.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Ji.
Sorry, Ji, I've been missing in action for a long, long time. I look at Anandkaraj, the Char Lama. I'm waiting for the Char Lama session to come, because from my little understanding, I think there are 4 stages of reaching where Palji has said and Kuldeep Kaur has said that we should reach. I look at it as a stages. But while you were going on, I just referred back or refresh my memory on the first lam. The first lam itself is telling you about what you're supposed to do, and then you're supposed to get closer and closer. So let's wait for you to unravel, and explain to us. The thing is, we are now senior citizens and we are learning this. I should have learned this when I first got married. There was nobody to teach this to me when I first got married. Thank you, Ji. Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Thank you very much for adding and contributing in today's talk. So looking forward to seeing you again in upcoming sessions. So really appreciate it. Anji, any other Sangat member ji who would like to share? You can unmute yourself. Okay. So request you all, the next session in Punjabi on Patande Savaiye, we have this Friday evening, 7 p.m. You can use the same link that we are using. So for all the online lectures, you can use the same link and you can join. So every Wednesday evening and Friday evening also, we have a lecture. We have a session about Patande Savaiye in the evening, that is in Punjabi. And then Saturday morning, we are discussing about Thikpi. So thank you very much, everyone. Now I request you, please unmute yourselves. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਅਨਮਿਊਟ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਜੀ। ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਂਝੇ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫਿਰ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਈਏ। ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ ਜੀ। ਤੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਹਫਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਹੋਰ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਮੈਰਿਜ। ਸੋ ਲੈਟਸ ਸੇ ਗੁੱਡ ਫਤਿਹ ਟੁਗੇਦਰ। ਸਾਰੇ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ
ਖੜਾ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮਾਸਟਰ ਜੀ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।
Thank you very much, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ।
Thank you, everybody.